Well, finally got around to doing a little video on this thing. What I've been doing is it's kind of getting ready for an engine swap. Not in a big hurry, just picking away at a few odds and ends. One thing I had over here was the muffler. Let's see where the inlet used to be. Well, I cut it out of there, and I found out basically it's just a big empty shell inside, and down at the far end there's just another tube, perforated tube. So what I ended up doing, yeah, you can see that, I just made a block off plate, and gotta clean that up a little bit, and I'm gonna weld that on there, because with that, basically the muffler's gonna have to point down, and I believe, you know, the hole's gonna be out. I'll have the muffler outlet over to the left, but the inlet's going to be right in the top there. I probably can use part of the original tubing, at least, you know, have a slip fit, go right down to the top. I've seen them on the little 7 kW generators, they're like that, they go in the top, so I should just be able to duplicate that easy enough. I did a little hack job on some throttle linkage here. I ended up using a piece of chain, because it's just got a wide bushing surface to it, and what I'm going to do is I got it right back, right behind the governor right there. You can see that screw. I'm going to put that in there, and that way it doesn't have so much back and forth play. It fits it pretty good. You know, it doesn't have a lot of play to it. Anyways, so I did that. I blocked off the carburetor heat, and so I can get the air cleaner on it. That way over there I can still hang return springs on it. Got to do a little bit of work. But yeah, all I did there was to block that off. This stuff is awesome, and I use this all the time. The good old juice there, and all I used was just some aluminum flashing and glued that on there. I get these brackets at work sometimes if we have extras, and I don't need them. They're for block heaters, and it's nice steel. You know, there's two of them in here. That stuff's pretty thick. That's what I made, you know, a fair amount of this stuff on this thing with. Actually, you know, like the battery hold down, I got a AGM in there. One thing I figured I'd try to show you quick is the shifting linkage. A lot of guys that are having problems with clearance and having the shifter in the middle and all that, I had the same thing. Let me grab out of my pile of parts here the creation that I built at first, you know, before I came up with another idea. That freaking thing, man, is insane. That came out between your legs up there, you know. But I had to gusset it, reinforce it, brace it. You can see, you know, it's quite a, like, crazy thing. Yeah, so I was looking at the mower we actually got for the shop over there. Say hello to Sooty. And yeah, I was looking at the mower over there, our Craftsman, and I said, geez, how come the linkage comes out through the fender? You know, the shifter on these is always out through the fender. So I went over and looked at it, and I said, I got enough stuff laying around, I can be able to duplicate it. So what I kind of did was I just duplicated it. I got the shaft running through the side, and it's supported out here on the fender. But what goes on down here, and right now it's a little long, I just been kind of playing around with adjustments, but I think it's pretty good. It comes down, and you've got basically the linkage rod right there. I should have done this with the flash on, but you can see hopefully, I gotta get a light out here on the situation, but yeah, it's just a piece, you know, like rod ends on there, and it's just the lever just comes straight out. You can just about use your existing lever. This comes through the frame right over here. You can kind of see, I'll try to work it and keep it somewhat stable. Yeah, that's top 5th gear. Yeah, that's all the way back over to reverse, so you kind of get an idea of what's going on there. But yeah, it helped me out big time with I was having belt issues, well, clearance issues. I wanted to try to maybe go to a smaller pulley. Not that I can right now, but it seemed to definitely give me the clearance I needed anyways. I had to add some idlers and whatnot, but and I did the same thing. I mean, I engineered up that crazy linkage, and yeah, I had to cut it all out and start over again, which actually the second way was easier, and it worked out that way with the clutch too. I ended up, this ain't pretty and probably not good for an off-roader type of deal, but a serious off-roader, but hey man, it works. And this is just actually this is just to keep the clutch disengaged so I ain't spinning the belt when I'm sitting there and all that. You can push on it, and then what I do is I take the spring and I can hook it right here, you know, place to keep it so it's not dangling all over and that. But yeah, man, it's been working good, man, with the welded diff and everything. It looks like I measured already for the overhead valve, and it looks like it pretty much just fits right in. The muffler on this, I actually ended up having to weld the end cap on it. Kind of rattled and rusted and fell off, but I got it back together. It was like welding tinfoil. Wasn't any fun, but it's good enough for right now. I haven't really torn into the engine swap because I kind of want to do a thing where like I can unbolt it and swap it in probably, I like to get it done within like a couple hours so I can be out riding it, trying it out. I got these little, well, they didn't have any hubs or anything at Tractor Supply. I was kind of upset. So about the closest thing I found right now, so what I might have to do is the existing pulley on the crank. I'll add one of these. I'll stack it all on there together, and yeah, grind it, and maybe I'll have to weld around it. And I'm thinking maybe I'll drill it out for another set screw because it's only got one. So at least I got, you know, I can go up on this crankshaft on this engine because it's got that taper. But yeah, I don't know. I think I can lift it the other way. It's got that taper, so I'm going to have to, yeah, you can see. I'm going to have to base, well, my pulley will be upside down, and but there's plenty of straight there. You know, if you have a pulley, I mean, you know, it'd be kind of maybe similar, you know, even similar to like a stocker where the mower one kind of hangs down, you know, way below the crank and that. But I don't know, man. Maybe in the next couple of weeks or something, I'll get her swapped in. Yeah, I got to figure out some throttle linkage brackets and something kind of easy. I don't know if I don't know. I really don't want to like rob stuff off the old flathead. I want to keep it all complete. You know, and I'll just, you know, take like the throttle linkages down there. I'll use the existing cable in that, but I want to leave that throttle linkage alone. So I have to rig something up on here, you know, to hold the cable and get some kind of geometry right and all that type of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna run it without a governor, but I don't know how long it'll last. I know I should probably take the thing out, but I don't really feel like splitting the cases. I mean, this was a freebie, and I'm just gonna run her till she pops. I mean, already been like, woohoo, man. Maybe an out burning tire, playing in the grass. But that's about it for now, man. And it's late, so I'm out.